Hello, welcome to Verbling. Hi there, I am teacher Oakley, and for the next hour here at Verbling, we are going to be learning vocabulary, specifically collocations of words, combinations of words and phrases that we use when we talk about taste, yummy, and smell. Okay. Including, of course, obviously the adjectives, adverb and adjective combinations, adjective and noun combinations, even verb and verb phrases, which we commonly use when we talk about these things. Taste, smell. Okay. I think there's a lot of interesting vocabulary to be learned today, actually, so I hope you guys enjoy it. Let me start off by welcoming Heidi to the class. Hello, Heidi. How are you today?
Hello, nice to see you again. I'm fine, thank you.
Glad to hear it.
Not
Your
very
voice,
a little fine.
your voice sounds a lot better.
I don't think so. Other
Really?
the German group went out. They are in the castle.
Castle.
Yeah, castle.
Okay.
You see the castle.
Oh, just see a castle. Oh, cool. Okay. Well, all right. Anyway, welcome to the class. Let me welcome some others to the class. Hello, Ayara.
Ayara?
Ayara, yes.
Yes. Great.
Hi, how are you?
I'm doing well. Thank you. How are you?
I'm fine. Nice to see you in class again. Okay, and also I'd like to welcome Frank. Hey there, Frank.
Oh man, I'm doing well.
Hey,
I'm really excited to see you again.
Terrific. I'm excited to see me again too. All right, glad to have you guys, all of you here. I'm gonna get started here because we've got some very interesting vocabulary to look at. So I'm gonna do a screen share, and we'll spend some time talking about these, reading some sentences, descriptions, this and that, and then we're going to do some exercises to kind of test what we've learned. So we're going to start out by looking at these descriptions in travel review articles that use descriptions of smell and taste to describe a place, really. Heidi, can you go ahead with this first one on the left here? Everywhere you go.
Okay. Well.
Over here on the left.
Everywhere you go, the fragment perfume of Carranza Island's wild flower followed you. And in the village of Jacob, the distinctive aroma of the local dishes and the smell of fresh coffee waiting across the square from the smell coffee is simply wonderful.
Okay. I don't even know where this place is, actually, but anyway, talking about our collocations, which are in bold. Fragrant perfume. Okay, Heidi, do you think that's a good smell or a bad smell?
Yeah, I know Carranza.
You do? Where is that?
I went to Guam. Yeah, I went to some farm. Then they explained about that. It's very expensive flower in the forest.
Ah, okay. All right. Oh, Carranza Island. So maybe the island is named after the flower.
Yeah.
All right. So fragrant perfume. So is that a good smell?
Yeah, very good smell. Yeah. I put the flower between the pages of book. It smells very good after 1 year.
Oh, really? Oh, neat. Okay. Okay, and the next collocation, a distinctive aroma. Okay, is that a positive smell or a negative smell?
Distinctive, very good smell.
Okay, usually it is. Perfume, of course, ladies wear perfume to smell better, obviously. Aroma is usually positive, I agree. We often use aroma in conjunction with describing food. However, aroma can be negative. It's possible. Yeah, like the aroma of death or something like that, you know. Okay, smell obviously is very neutral as a word, just as the simple word smell.
No.
Wafting. Okay, Heidi, one more word we need to talk about. Wafting, to waft. This is a verb. So the smell is wafting. What the heck is wafting?
Floating on the air.
Very good. Yes, floating, sort of unevenly, going with the wind. Yeah, that's it. Very good. Basically going wherever the wind takes it. That's wafting, moving, as it says here, moving gently through the air. Okay. Okay. All right. Aroma is also co-located frequently with distinctive, a rich aroma, a strong aroma, a sweet aroma, an appetizing aroma. Again, most of these mostly positive, but it is possible to be negative. Perfume, well, okay. Unless you're being sarcastic, is pretty much always positive. Okay, we've been joined by a number of people, so I want to quickly welcome Ivan. Hello, Ivan.
Hello, teacher.
Welcome to the class.
Thank you.
Okay, and Mustafa, how are you today?
Hello, teacher.
Hello,
I'm
hello.
doing well. Thank you for asking.
Okay, it's great.
Expect from Vertex policy. They made me cancel 10 classes.
Okay. Well, yeah. Well, the whole idea was that some people were basically booking classes, like every class, for 24 hours. So
Wow.
blocking out other people. Unfortunately, as always, the actions of a few bad apples affects everybody.
I hope that's not about me.
I hope not. I suppose if you're booking classes and then you actually attend them, it's not a problem. But frankly, as a teacher, I would see classes where I have 9 bookings and then I have to wait for 3 minutes till people can join the class because none of the 9 people show up. That happened to me a lot. So anyway, I can understand. Yeah. And anyway, hi, Victor.
Hello, nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you. Okay, welcome.
Thank
okay. Anyway, let's continue with our lesson here, learning about phrases that, or collocations, which we use to talk about smells and tastes, pleasant and unpleasant. Ayara, can you read this next paragraph over here on the right?
Okay. For many people, octopus is an acquired taste, but it is a must on the south coast and the subtle flavor of the local vegetable. Kinga provides a perfect accompaniment. The fresh scent of herbs is everywhere in the local markets.
Okie doke. Well, let's look at some of these collocations. Well, first of all, I have to ask, have you ever tried octopus?
Yeah, yes.
And what is your opinion?
I like it seafood. So
Okay.
I like octopus.
All right. Okay. It's an acquired taste, and you can see the definition down here, something you dislike at first, but start to like after you maybe try it a few times. This is a very common phrase in English. Ayara, what is something else which you would consider to be an acquired taste?
An acquired taste. Something a singular taste.
No.
Like
Something that
food or taste.
maybe the first time you try it, you don't like it.
Okay, okay.
And then, but if you try it a few times,
You can get used.
you get used to it, or even you start to like it. Do you know anything
Okay.
else that might be an acquired taste?
Oyster.
What's that?
Another seafood. I think it's oyster.
Oysters.
Yes,
Yeah, that's a good,
oysters.
okay, that's a good example. Oysters. I agree with that. The first time I tried oysters, I thought it was kind of disgusting because of the consistency. It feels really
Yeah.
weird. Raw oysters, I'm talking about. But now I love them. Yeah, okay, that's a very good example. All right. I think other things like whiskey might be an acquired taste for some people. Kimchi, for me, was an acquired taste. I really didn't like it the first time I tried kimchi.
Yeah, I've already heard about this. It's a Korean dish.
That's right.
Okay.
Basically, a side dish that they include with literally every single meal. Yeah, I didn't like it at first, but now I kind of like it. Anyway, all right. Coffee. When you're a kid, you might hate coffee because it's so bitter, but coffee might be an acquired taste. Okay, now I have to also mention that usually, obviously, this is used for things you taste with your tongue, liquids and food. But it can be used to talk about other things because we have tastes or preferences in things like music or any kind of entertainment, books, movies, whatever. Art, we have a certain taste in art. We can, and I have heard this phrase used to talk about those types of things. Okay, you know, something like modern art is an acquired taste. When you first see modern art, you go, what the heck is that? Somebody throw paint at the wall? So maybe it's an acquired taste. I've heard that as well. Another thing I want to note here, subtle, very common word in English, subtle flavor.
Subtle flavor.
Subtle
Can I say
color.
subtle?
No,
Subtle?
you can't.
No, the B is moved.
The B is silent. That's
Silence.
right.
Yes.
Right, and that's
Subtle.
precisely the point I wanted to make. Exactly. All right. I have no idea what King God is, so don't ask me. Do you know?
No.
I don't either.
No.
All right. Okay, and the last thing here, the fresh scent of herbs. Fresh scent. Is a scent, you think, negative or positive?
I think it's positive because of the fresh.
Sure. Okay. Well, all right. Easy to deduce. You're right.
Yeah.
Yes. A scent is normally definitely a positive thing. Yeah. Pretty much always. And one last thing, I noticed you pronounce the H in herbs. Although British people sometimes do that, Americans never do. For Americans, the H is always silent. Herbs.
Herbs. Okay.
Yeah, I have occasionally heard a British person pronounce the H. I don't know, honestly. I'm not British, so I'm not absolutely sure. I've just actually, from my own experience, heard friends and coworkers who are British pronounce it or not pronounce it. So I'm a little confused about British pronunciation, to be honest. But I know Americans never pronounce it.
Okay.
All right.
Herbs.
Here we go. Okay, let's move on. Let's talk about negatives. Okay, we all wonderful and nice because these were travel reviews. Now let's talk about the yucky things. Ew. Frank, have you ever heard ew? Have you ever heard that interjection? Ew.
What?
Frank,
What?
have you ever heard somebody say ew?
No, never.
No. How about yuck?
I just heard socks.
No, that's not it. Yuck beginning with a Y or yucky. No? Okay, well, great. Let me introduce you and everyone else in the class to extremely common interjections that Americans and Brits use when we smell something or taste something terrible, or even just see it. Actually, see as well. Ew. Now, of course, you may hear small children use these interjections, but frankly, you will hear adults use them too. Ew. Yuck. What is that? Gross. All right. These would be very common ways to quickly express that you don't really like something. Okay, Frank, can you go ahead and read this first sentence here?
I can't drink better coffee. I'll have to put some sugar in this.
Okay, terrific. Frank, are you a coffee drinker?
No,
No.
I'm not.
Okay. Do you know any other food that you would consider as bitter?
Chocolate,
Oh, chocolate can be bitter. You're right.
99%.
Right, depending on how much sugar has been added. Chocolate by itself is actually quite bitter. You're right, but we sweeten it with chocolate to make it sweet. Right. What are the other flavors? Or there's considered to be 4. Sometimes some people consider 5 different particular tastes. We just talked about 2, Frank. Bitter and sweet. What else? Bitter, sweet. Do you know? Other flavors.
Spicy.
Sour.
Sour, yeah. Okay, spicy's the 5th one. Some people consider it as a flavor, some don't. It depends who you talk to, but yeah. Okay, there's one missing. Bitter, sweet, sour, maybe spicy.
Salty.
Salty, there you go. That's it. Salty. Okay, that's it. Right. Good to know these in English. Very basic tastes or flavors to talk about flavor and taste of something. Absolutely. Okay. All right, Ivan, can you read this next sentence?
There was nothing in the fridge except an old carton of milk which had gone sour.
Okay. Ivan, have you ever drank sour milk?
Yes.
Yeah. And what was your reaction?
Disgusting.
Ew. Yuck. Yeah. Actually, I can stand a lot of things, but if sour milk will make me actually throw up pretty much instantly. For me, it's like the most disgusting thing in the world. I cannot bear it at all. Okay. Something goes. By the way, I want to point out that the verb had gone sour. Here it's a present perfect construction. The milk will go sour. Don't leave the milk on the counter. Milk goes sour in 8 hours at room temperature, like that. All right. To go sour. To become sour. All right. You can also use past tense. It went sour. Okay, so that's obviously a lot different than what we just talked about. Sour by itself. All right. Ivan, what is a sour flavored food? Not sour like sour milk, but sour like the other meaning. What's a sour? Yeah.
Sour candy.
Oh, yeah, okay. Candy can be sour. That's true. And of course, fruit, like lemon. Yeah, fruit, like especially citrus fruits Citrus fruits, well, some are sweet and some are sour. Oranges are sweet, but lemons, limes, very sour. Yeah, okay. Okay. Apples, before they're ripe, are very, very sour. Mustafa, can you read this next sentence? Here. Mustafa?
Yeah, I'm here.
Okay.
From the lovely, from
Yes.
the lovely, right? Okay.
Mm-hmm.
The lovely beach was completely spoiled by the acrid smoke and noxious fumes from a foul-smelling chemical factory nearby.
Okay. Lots of clearly negative words. Okay, let me clarify the pronunciation. Acrid.
Acrid.
Okay, acrid smoke, acrid odor, acrid, very strong smelling. It may actually cause it's sort of like sour to taste. It's like sour to smell. If something is acrid, it may actually cause a physical reaction. Smelling something that's acrid. Like when you taste if you bite into a lemon, it's going to cause your eyes to water. It's going to actually cause a reaction. Same kind of thing, acrid to smell. All right, maybe your eyes water. Maybe there's burning in your throat or in your nose. Okay, noxious basically means poisonous. Kind of funny how close that is to obnoxious, right? Okay. If Mustafa is if a person is obnoxious, what does that mean?
I don't know. Obnoxious, like unconscious. I don't know.
No.
I don't know. Yeah, I don't have idea.
Oh, okay. Good word to know. Very closely related to noxious. Noxious, by the way. There's a K and then an SH sound. An obnoxious person is a person who's so annoying you can't stand to be around them. So it's almost like calling them a poisonous person. Okay. All right. And last one, pronunciation, Mustafa, foul smelling. Foul. Owl. Ow. Ow. Foul.
Foul smelling.
Yeah. Something's foul. That's extremely negative. The word foul has many meanings, but pretty much all of them are negative. Well, not pretty much. All of them are negative except for, of course, fowl can refer to a type of bird that you eat. Any type of bird you eat is fowl, but that's spelled differently. It's not the same thing. Fowl with a OW is a bird. Sounds the same, but it's different. Anyway, okay. Yes, all these are very obviously negative collocations, negative smells, clearly. Okay. Next one, Victor. Can you read this next sentence?
Yes, I'll try. Body odor can be extremely unpleasant and embarrassing.
Yeah, it sure can.
It's not my case.
Well, I'm glad to hear it. Body odor, by the way, very commonly for English speakers just called by the acronym BO. Oh my God, he has terrible BO. Like that. All right. The smell of somebody's sweat. Yeah.
Yuck.
Yuck. Very yuck. Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. Most of us probably use some kind of deodorant to eliminate any such problem. Okay. Plus, take a lot of baths and showers. We should take care of that.
It's an emergency treatment. No?
Yeah. Okay, so odor. Victor, odor, negative or positive?
It's always negative.
It's always negative. I think I agree with you. Yeah, there's not. You don't say the odor of the roses in the garden. That's not.
No.
That would be weird. The scent. A smell, of course, is very neutral. A scent, the scent of roses, very positive. Okay. All right. Let's look at a couple of conversations or dialogues written here. Let's read these, which introduce some more collocations. Okay, Heidi, back to you from Ray.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. Jen,
Yep.
do you think this cheese is bad? It has a strong smell. Have a taste. Tell me what you think.
Sometimes it's hard to tell with cheese. Is it bad or is it supposed to smell that way? Okay. Some cheeses have an extremely strong smell. Heidi, do you know of any specific types of cheese?
Yeah, before I learned in the English class, Kesumas or something name from Italy. They have some small worm came from fry
Ah,
in the cheese.
yeah, I've heard of that. I can't remember what it's called. Yes, they.
A little poisonous.
Yeah, well,
Very
not
dangerous cheese.
dangerous cheese. Yeah, okay. Well, the whole idea is cheese is kind of fermented, so really it's fermented and it has worms.
Yeah,
Yeah.
people eat
Yeah.
with that worm. Too.
Yes. Right. I know what you mean. I've heard of that. I don't.
Uh-huh.
Oopsie. Hello?
Hello.
Hello again. Sorry about that. I had a little blip there. Some kind of strange little blip. I lost my connection for just 10 seconds. But, okay. Anyway, no big deal. Let's continue. Have a taste. Very common phrase, collocation, which we use to offer somebody, maybe even holding out a spoon or a little piece of something. Here, have a taste. Okay, it's pretty simple. Ayara, can you take over? Read the
Okay.
reply.
Let me have a smell. When did you buy it? It smells off to me. No longer fresh or good to eat because of being too old.
Yeah, and usually because it has spoiled. Not like, I don't know, like bread, it turns hard, stale. Okay, but something smells off like milk or cheese or meat, chicken or something, smells off. Very common phrase. You ever throw away food, Ayara, because it smells off to you?
Yeah, many times.
Sure, of course. We all have. We all have, or we'd all be dead.
Yeah.
Of course you have. All right. Okay, same thing. Have a smell, have a taste. Here, have a smell. Here, have a taste. To offer or to request. Let me have a taste. Very common. Okay. Moving on. Frank, can you read Tanya's here?
There was an overpowering stink coming from the river today. As I drove over the bridge, it always gives off a smell in the hot weather, but this was dreadful.
Dreadful. Yeah, okay. Well, here's a collocation. Stink. Okay. Frank, stink is positive or negative?
Definitely negative.
Definitely negative. In fact, we use this as a kind of slang expression in English. It's extremely common to use this to say that something is negative. Oh, that stinks. Oh, it stinks. Oh, you got fired today? That stinks. Oh, you broke your leg. That stinks.
Stinks.
Yeah. A little more polite than saying that sucks. That sucks is a little more rude. So, oh, that stinks. It's informal, it's slang, but it's very, very common and it's perfectly okay to say in mixed company. And overpowering. Now, okay. Interestingly, earlier I said scent was always positive, but Frank, if I say the woman has an overpowering scent of perfume, is that negative or positive?
Positive.
Actually, no. Overpowering is automatically negative. It's too much. It's over. It's too much. You can't even handle to smell it. So overpowering definitely is negative. And okay, so this is kind of a weird one to know, but good to know. Overpowering aroma, scent, stink. If I say overpowering scent of her perfume, I'm saying scent, it's supposed to be a good smell, but it's too much for my system. Overload. Beep, 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 beep. Shutting down. System. Can't stand. Can't breathe. Houston, mission control. Save us. Okay, overpowering, it's just too much. And it co-locates with all of these smell words. Overpowering odor, aroma, stink, scent. But it's always negative because whatever it is, even if it's supposed to be good, it's just too much. Okay. Frank, have you ever known somebody who wears way too much perfume or aftershave? Men wear cologne, aftershave or cologne, or that stupid Axe body spray. Who started that anyway? Oh my God, that stuff is overpowering. I can't stand it, honestly. Any of you guys use Axe? I apologize right now, but I hate it. I walk away. I find it overpowering. I don't know what's supposed to be attractive about it at all. I don't get it. Frank, have you ever known somebody who wears too much cologne or perfume?
Some women wear an overpowering perfume in the department store.
Oh yeah. Okay. Yeah, good point. Good one. I hate walking past that part of the department store. Yeah. Okay. Where you live, Frank? Do they spray you with the perfume? They spray it on you as you walk by.
No, but
Oh, that's good.
Freeman splash me.
Splash you.
Splash my nose.
That's terrible. I hate that when they do that. It's very intrusive, in my opinion. If I want to smell like some dead flower, I will do that myself. Thank you very much.
It's like
Anyway,
some kind of violence. No,
it is. I'm being assaulted
it really is.
with a smell. Stop it. I don't know what gives them the right to do that. It's like if they suddenly shoved a piece of pizza down my throat. Look, I don't want the pizza. Stop. Rape. Okay, Ivan. Okay, can you read mixed part here?
Yes, I passed there the other day. It's a revolting stench. The pollution is getting worse and worse.
Okay. A stench is a very strong smell, very negative. It's probably the strongest, most extreme adjective that we're going to, or noun actually, that we're going to look at. Yeah, it's really bad.
Is it always accompanied with revolting?
No. Let me think here. Revolting stench, a horrible stench. Could be an acrid stench if it actually physically affects you. Remember, we looked at acrid before. That would also collocate. It's what I'll tell you what it is. It collocates with many words, but they're all very extreme words. Revolting, horrible, acrid, nasty, evil stench. They're all very extreme words that it collocates with. So that's a good question, by the way. And frankly, this is very normal. Just totally a general statement here. For la-di-da, plain and boring adjectives like nice. Oh, he's very nice. Then we have very boring modifiers, you know, very, like very, very nice. But for more extreme adjectives, we tend to use always more extreme adverbs or more extreme modifiers, maybe another adjective, whatever. Just in general. And revolting, basically the idea is like revolution, turnover. Actually very much related to the idea, something, Ivan, if something turns my stomach, actually I mean two things. It's abstract and concrete. Concretely, what do I mean, Ivan, if something turns my stomach? Ivan, are you there?
Yes, teacher.
Okay. What am I saying if something turns my stomach?
It's negative.
It's negative. It actually makes me feel like I'm going to throw up. Okay. Revolting is very close to that idea. Your stomach revolving, turning. Something turns your stomach, you can say, you know, that smell turns my stomach, or drinking sour milk turns my stomach. Very physical. You can also say very abstractly, you know, the violence in the Middle East turns my stomach. Okay, much more abstract an idea. But it definitely can be used that way as well. Okay. Next one, Mustafa. Can you read Chris's part here?
This is, do I detect a whiff of perfume? Are you meeting someone special tonight?
None of your business, Mustafa. Okay. All right. Okay, you can catch a whiff. I caught a whiff of something. Okay. Okay, well, it's right here. So, a slight smell. A whiff is when you can barely smell something. All right. Again, here's another one that, okay, used concretely to talk about an actual something you physically smell, but sometimes used abstractly to tell you got a slight idea of something. Okay, I getting a whiff of disaster in the future. I heard I got a whiff of news about a possible problem in the marketing department, whatever. You can catch a whiff is very common, collocation as a verb. Detect a whiff, catch a whiff. All right. You can barely smell it. All right.
Can you catch a whiff of cold or something like that?
A whiff of what?
Cold?
No. Interesting question. But no. No, a whiff is like a hint of something, just a little bit of something. Again, when it's used
A whiff of fresh air. Can I say that?
A whiff of fresh air.
Of fresh air, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, but it would be kind of, yes, you most certainly can, but it would seem kind of strange. Where would you get a whiff of fresh air? So that would mean you had bad air, bad air, bad air, and suddenly something's actually smelled like fresh air for a
Yeah,
second.
like someone was in the prison and he gets his
Ah,
freedom.
I suppose you could use it negatively. I have not had a whiff of fresh air in 3 months. I've got to get out of the city. Ah, there you go. That would be a usage right there. Definitely. Ah, okay. There's another. Okay, that's an interesting use and collocation. Using whiff with a negative. Okay. All right.
I was searching, sir, on the
Yeah.
internet, and a whiff of joy, it's like a slightly joyful moment, something.
Is that a hint of joy? Exactly. Yes. There you go. That's an example of the more abstract use of a whiff. We started the business 6 months ago. We haven't had a whiff of success yet. We haven't even smelled it or started to get a sense of it or even a little bit. So, yeah, okay. Quite honestly, it can be used negatively or positively in that abstract sense. Yeah, right. Okay, let's look at, all right, we're starting to get into metaphorical or idiomatic expressions. Let's take a look at some more. Victor, can you read this first sentence here?
Okay. Hercule remarks left a bad or unpleasant taste in our mouth.
Yeah, right. So to leave a bad taste in your mouth. Okay. All right, it says here left an unpleasant memory, or I might even say leave an unpleasant impression. Okay. Not, not absolutely horrible, terrible, but the idea is it's giving you a kind of a bad impression. We tried to do a business deal with this new company, but when the company CEO gave a speech to welcome us, he made some racist remarks. This is going to leave a bad taste in your mouth. Uh-oh, did we make a mistake here? Ugh, now I'm nervous. Yuck. Yeah, okay. So very much abstract. Next one, Heidi.
I tasted freedom when I gave up my job and traveled for a year. Now I can't go back to normal life.
Aha, very good. So you just kind of like whiff. You got a whiff of freedom. You could say, but whiff is more transitory, just barely. You'd almost experienced it, but not quite. If you taste freedom, you actually get a chance to see what it's like a little bit. Well, Heidi, what else could you taste? Get a taste of?
Enjoy it for a little.
Sorry?
Enjoy the freedom a little.
Yes, that's right. So what else besides freedom? And by the way, we often say get a taste of. I got a taste of freedom would be common here as well. What else could you get a taste of besides freedom?
Freedom, because she doesn't have any job or something.
No, I mean a different word than freedom. A taste of something else. Can you think of something else that might work?
Freedom?
Not freedom, a different word.
Never depression, something depressed on how.
Okay. Well, that's interesting. No, you're not going to say I got a taste of depression. That we don't use it to say a taste of something negative. Well, yeah, we
No,
do.
no, no. Freedom means remove something too different.
Yeah, I'm not talking about freedom. I'm talking about what is taste collocate with. So you can say my business was successful for the first 2 weeks. I got a taste of success. I won a small lottery and I got a taste of wealth. That's what I'm trying to ask about other words, not freedom, but other words. Actually, I was going to say we don't use it for negatives, but you could. I got a taste of the new boss's authority this morning when he told me I couldn't park in my space, in my normal space. Okay. So actually it can be used for negative. Okay, I got a taste of his bad attitude when he yelled at me this morning. So actually it could be negative or positive. Okay, all right, anyway. Ayara, next one.
Next one. Bobby and I share the same taste in music. We often buy the same CDs.
All right, now I discussed this much earlier in the class. You can have your own taste in art, taste in music, things like that. By the way, what kind of music do you like, Ayara? What is your taste in music? Or we can say, how does your taste in music run? Would be a common collocation.
Okay. Can I say I have an eclectic taste in
I
music?
was hoping you would. I was going to say it if you wouldn't. If you didn't, rather. Okay, so your tastes run to something, and very good. This is exactly the word I wanted to introduce. You read my mind. Eclectic tastes mean that a wide range of things. So if you have eclectic taste in music, you like classical, but you still like punk rock, and you like jazz, and you like reggae, and you like banjo music. You have eclectic taste, wide ranging. Great.
Yes.
Exactly.
Can you repeat the pronunciation of the eclectic? The C is silent, the first C?
Nope, they're both pronounced eclectic. They're all three.
Okay,
Yeah.
eclectic.
Eclectic. Okay. All three are pronounced, and all three are the K sound. Eclectic.
Yeah, it's very tricky to say fast. Eclectic.
Good pronunciation practice for you.
Yeah.
Yeah, eclectic.
Eclectic. Thank you.
Yeah, you need to practice. All right, Frank, can you read the next one?
She has developed a taste for fast cars. She's just bought a bright red Ferrari.
Okay, you can develop a taste, like taste in music. All right, very similar to something else we talked about earlier in the lesson. Can you think of another verb we could use here? Something that you get a. Remember, we're talking about food. A food you don't like at first, but you try it more and you begin to like it more and more. Do you remember that one, Frank? You remember that collocation?
An acquired taste.
Exactly. So you could very easily say here, she has acquired a taste for fast cars.
She has acquired a taste for
meaning she developed it, she got it over time. So there you go. You can use, I think I mentioned that you can use that acquired a taste abstractly as well.
And she also has a good vibe of this car.
She has good taste, you would say, Frank. You're saying she has good taste in cars?
Good taste.
All right. Okay, well, there's another collocation, another thing we say. She or he has good taste in music. She has good taste in cars. This is very common. Okay. All right. We might say, for example, oh, my friend tells me, oh, you see that girl over there, Jane? She really likes you. She thinks you're attractive. I might say, well, obviously Jane has good taste in men. For example, so you can have taste in you can have taste in men
Everything.
or women and
It's not
everything,
a good
really. Yeah, really.
too much.
Yeah. Okay, Ivan. Da-da-da, da-da-da. Can you read the next one?
We smelled danger, and decided not to enter the city. It was a wise choice.
All right. You can smell danger or you can sense danger. Da-da-da.
Same.
Okay. All right. Like Ivan, like Spider-Man. Spider-Man, Spider-Man, Spider-Man. Remember Spider-Man? His spidey sense. His spidey sense is tingling. He smelled danger. Oh, okay. Anyway. All right. You smell danger. You sense danger. Spider-Man was very good at that. All right. Okay. Smell danger almost like a sixth sense. You sense danger. You don't know why, but you feel that there's danger. Something's dangerous. Okay. Last one here, Mustafa.
I didn't hear every word, but I got the flavor of what he was saying and I didn't like it.
Okay. Can you think of another way to say this? Got the flavor of?
I guess we talked about that before, right?
Kind of.
Aroma? No,
Uh,
we have say synonym to flavor, like a word.
well,
Aroma, aroma, teacher. AROMA. Aroma.
aroma. No, you would not use that. I got the aroma of what he was saying. Okay, I have to explain. All right, I got a whiff of what he was saying, would mean you heard it from somebody else. Okay, when you use it abstractly, you didn't get it directly. I got a taste of what he was saying doesn't really work because when you get a taste of something, it means you actually experience it. You can't experience what someone's saying. So that
You could
doesn't really work.
you could
Uh,
say an idea about it or
Yes, you could say I got the idea of
an
what he was
idea.
saying. Exactly. Or I got the sense of what he was saying. You could say that as well. Exactly. Very good. I got the idea or I got the sense. I got the general idea. I got the flavor of what he was saying. That's it.
Teacher, can I ask you a question about this?
Shoot.
You said when you heard from somebody else, so you can say I got the flavor.
I got
But
the no. I got a whiff of something. That's if you heard it from somebody else. You got a whiff of
okay,
information. So
okay.
a whiff is like you can't really I got a whiff of something. I can't tell what it is. You get a whiff of information. You heard something, but you can't really substantiate it. You certainly can't draw conclusions from it. It's incomplete information. So,
Okay.
very, very physically, it's such a slight smell, you might be able to tell what the smell is, and you might not. So when you use it abstractly, maybe it's information. You might be able to tell what that information means, and you might not.
Okay. Now I got.
Very
So
vague.
if I watch a film in English without subtitle, I didn't get the whole film, the 100%, I can say I got the flavor of what the actors were saying.
Exactly. Yes, you could.
Okay.
That would
Okay.
be a correct usage. Very good.
Okay. Thank you.
Okay. All right, let's. We've only got 5 minutes, but let's see if we can see what we remember from the beginning of the class. Let's see if we can do a little mix and match. Go ahead and read the first part of the sentence and see if you can find the second part over here. Okay, Victor.
Yes, I think caviar must be an acquired.
An acquired what? Which sentence over here?
Taste.
There you go.
Taste. I don't like it very much, but it's
okay. Very good.
something you experience in time. No?
Yeah, over time you start
Over
to like
time.
it. At first you don't. Do you like caviar, Victor?
I don't eat it a lot
Okay.
because it's expensive, but it's
Yes,
good.
it is.
It's good.
All right. It's okay. All right, Heidi, number 2.
The delicious aroma of fresh coffee wafted in from the kitchen.
Very good. All right, it floated through the air. Yeah, okay. Yeah, sounds good. Ayara, number 3.
The park was spoiled by the noxious fumes from the factory behind it.
Very good. Good, strong collocation there. Noxious fumes. Noxious fumes from the car exhaust or from the diesel truck. Okay, very good. Frank, number 4.
We just love the fragrance.
Yes, fragrant. What?
Fumes from the
Probably not. Probably not going to use fragrant. Fragrant is definitely a positive.
Or maybe it is a food factory.
Where's that? Maybe it's a food factory? No, because fumes are definitely also negative. Fumes are something, a byproduct of some kind of process. Like fumes are what rise from smokestacks. Fumes is what comes out of your car when you drive. If your gas tank is nearly empty and you're driving on fumes. Just the smell, the gas of it's a gas. A fume is a gas. There you go. That makes it easier. And generally, gases don't smell like flowers.
So,
generally
what
speaking.
fault in front of the kitchen?
Well, the fragrant wafted. No, the fragrant. Fragrant here is an adjective. Since we have the, we need a noun. We love the fragrant adjective. Perfume of the blossom on the trees. Of the blossom. This really should say of the blossoms, plural, on the trees.
Blossom,
Sorry?
What is blossom?
Blossom, the flowers. Blossoms are flowers. You should, yeah, just flowers. Yeah. Often for the flowers that grow on trees, but cherry blossom. Okay.
It's
Apple
very
blossom.
common in Japan.
That's right. And a very fragrant perfume it is. Cherry blossoms smell wonderful. Apple blossoms. Quite nice as well. Okay, Ivan, since I got you here, number 5.
I particularly enjoy the subtle flavors that herbs give to food.
Okay, subtle, more or less the opposite of overpowering. Okay, subtle, you can barely sense them. And we can use a subtle sound, a subtle color, something we see, a subtle taste, a subtle smell. Yeah, as opposed to overpowering, which is too much for our senses. Overpowering noise, which can also be used for different senses. Okay, Mustafa, number 6.
Smell the bottle and tell me if the milk is sour or okay to drink straight.
Yeah, very good. Yes, it's always a good idea to smell first, taste after. Definitely. Victor, number 7.
I usually love coffee, but this coffee is just too bitter for my taste.
Very good. Okay. Excellent. All right. Coffee is definitely a bitter flavor. Last one, it must be the wet wood causing such acrid smoke from the bonfire. Acrid smoke, from wet wood. This is very heavy smoke that would get in your eyes, make you cry. It would burn when you breathed it into your nose. Acrid smoke. Okay. There it is. Okay. We are out of time, but thank you everyone for joining me today, and I'll see you next time. You're on
Thank
Verbling.
you,
Take care.
Bye.
teacher.